Welcome to 5 Minute Friday. Today's topic is fail fast in 5 minutes or less. I've worked for a few startups, and I've had a couple of startups of my own. All my own startups actually ended up failing. That's okay though. I'm not sad about it because failure is a fantastic teacher. The most important lesson that I've learned from my startup failures is fail fast. Let me give you an example from one of my failed startups. Back in 2012, I had a great idea. I wanted to do crowdfunding for startups. I wanted to build a website where new startup companies could get investment money from anybody, not just super wealthy people or venture capital firms. I got a friend involved, and we were super excited about the potential of this idea. It would allow regular people to invest a small amount of money into the next Google or Facebook. We immediately started doing stuff. We got business cards printed, we got email addresses, we did design work, and we started writing code. And then we started talking to startups who were our potential customers. Turns out that the startups we talked to didn't want to raise money from random people on the internet. They wanted to raise money from professional investors, and they already had really good ways to do that. So we talked to even more startups. We tried really hard to find a startup company that was interested in using our website. In the end, nobody wanted it. A lot of people got excited by the idea, but they would say things like, "That sounds like a great idea for somebody else." We never found anybody that would actually sign up. In the end, all that time and effort designing business cards and building websites was totally wasted. We should have started by talking to potential customers and testing the idea as early as possible. What I learned from this experience was that while you're putting time and effort into something, you're also building up a lot of risk. The more time, money, and emotion that you invest, the higher the cost of failure is. Therefore, you want to fail as early as possible when you've only invested a little bit. At that point, you can shrug it off, take your learnings, and move on. After you've invested a lot, failure becomes much harder to swallow. It's really dangerous to let something go on for too long and not know whether or not it's going to succeed. Like I said earlier, failure is a good thing. Failure is an excellent teacher, and it's really healthy to experience some failures along the way. Also, if you're trying new things, then it's pretty much a guarantee that you're going to have some failures. If you never fail, you're probably not taking enough risks. The key to success is making failure as cheap as possible. A great teacher of mine once told me, if you're trying to create the perfect wedding cake, don't start by making wedding cakes. Start by making cupcakes, and once you have a cupcake that you're really happy with, then you can think about going bigger. Once you start to adopt this philosophy of fail fast, then you'll start to realize that it's good for a whole bunch of things. New products, recipes, finding a job, writing books, making YouTube videos, and really, you should try to fail fast when you're doing anything new. So, next time you start a new project, think, how can I test the success or failure of this idea as quickly as possible? And the faster you fail, the happier you'll be. Thank you very much.